Hey y'all, it's Tammy Joplin here with the Always Right Show, where we're all about original music. We're all about the life behind the story and the story behind the song. And today my special guest is Shane. Help me with your last name.
Quenzer.
Quenzer. Don't hear that name very often, do you? So Shane, we're going to get into your life a little bit.
Okay.
And then we're going to get into one of your songs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you are a songwriter.
Yes, I try to be.
Yeah. Is that what you love the most, is songwriting?
Yes. Songwriting is definitely my forte passion. You know, I've always wrote since I was a kid, you know, short stories and poetry and even screenplays and stuff here and there.
Oh, wow. So you're more than just a songwriter.
Yeah, but it was like all training for me to become a songwriter. You know what I mean? Like, I hit 16 and picked up the guitar and just took off. You know, and I haven't wrote anything since hardly except poetry. So it really just bit me and didn't let go. You know?
So do you like write, does the music come at the same time, you know, whenever you're writing your words?
It's different, you know. A lot of the times I try to find the chord progression first, the melody and stuff, because it's easier to put the lyrics over that. But sometimes you'll be in the shower and you'll find a melody in your head and you'll get out and you'll grab the guitar and it'll be there. And sometimes it all comes at once, you know. Sometimes you'll have a melody and a lyric and this, or it'll take you 3 years to write one song, you know. So
right,
just all over the place with songwriting. That's why I love it, because it's unpredictable, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So where are you originally from?
I am originally from St. Joe, Arkansas, which is about
St. Joe.
40 minutes from Harrison, just a little boondocks town. You know, got a grocery store and a few chicken barns. That's about it. You know.
That's like my song, 2 Minute Town. It's like, you have one of them 2 minute towns,
yes,
right?
Yes.
2 minutes to get in and 2 minutes to go out.
Born and raised in a 2 minute town.
Cool. Yeah, it's good. No, someone can relate to one of my songs. Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm getting off track. Yeah, I just lost my train of thought. That's crazy. Like, I want to give you, here it was. I went and I listened to a few of your songs, and you truly are a deep thinker.
Well, thank you.
And
some people argue with you on that.
Where your thoughts are going, maybe. But no, so I was listening to Dreamspell.
Dreamland?
No.
Dreamland?
No.
Oh, is it dark clouds, mystical over evenings?
There was a line. I listened to a couple songs, and there was a line. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was like sunshine between two walls. Do you remember that?
Dark clouds, mystical over evening skies. Looking up, that's what I kind of feel like.
It's kind of like sunshine between two walls. Is there something similar like that in there?
Yes, ma'am. I know exactly what you mean. It's from Dreamspell, but I ain't sung that song in a year and a half, so that line is just...
You like vaguely there?
Gone.
Okay, well that line, it like just stood out to me because, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do, you know, when they hear a song, is they write their own story, right?
Totally.
And they interpret it their way, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Just like you interpret it one way. You know, you're trying to get a certain message out, but it might come to another person in a different message.
That's the beautiful part about lyrics and music.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And so when you write these deep thoughts that they, you know, might be kind of simple to you, but make other people think, whoa. Because I'm like, okay, sunshine between two walls. I'm like, I visualize like being in a dark time in your life maybe, and being enclosed, but you still have this light inside of you that's just wanting to break out, or it's that light's struggling to stay lit and everything, and you're just kind of, you know.
Yeah, that's where I was kind of coming from at that point, because I just moved back from LA and I had some friends out there that kind of went wrong, and so when I came back here, I was in that exact headspace, if you will, you know.
Oh, yeah.
That's where that song kind of came from, you know, like sleeping in a dead horse just to survive, you know.
Wow.
Screw you too if you pass me by, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah. Did you drop your...
Satellites and meteors under the moon, looking up. That's kind of how I feel too. Just little lines that relate to that. A little ambivalent moment in time, you know.
Yeah. Well, so White Fox Kill is the name of your
band.
Yes. So where did that come from?
Well, growing up, you know, I was kind of like troublemaker a little bit, as we all are at times. You know what I mean? And my buddy got in trouble for some dumb stuff, and I was kind of involved in it. And so the local law enforcement were asking him about me, and they go, "Well, where's that Goldilocks kid, that White Fox guy?" You know?
Oh.
And so when we were coming up with the name, it was White Fox, but we couldn't like do that because somebody already chose White Fox. So we thought like White Fox Run, White Fox this, but then I threw kill on it because I wanted to kill the inner White Fox in all of us. You know what I mean? That's what the music's about, is killing that inner, you know, bad boy, so to speak.
Wow, see, that's another deep thought. Wow, yeah, you just don't know what's going on, where people get their group names. It's talks like this, right? Right?
And we went through a buku of horrible names, you know, like the Stick 'em Ups and, you know, like almost Toy Story type band names. So we got lucky with White Fox Kill, real lucky.
I love it. And so you just recorded a new album, or
we just recorded.
Working on it, or done?
Yeah, we recorded a whole record with Scott over here, Subterra Music Productions. It was a 10-track album, rock and roll. But I think we're going to change directions a little bit and go a little more country, a little more folk.
Yeah.
A little more kind of on your front porch type feeling, you know.
Yeah.
That's where my heart's at. But it's a really good rock record. Check it out on Facebook if you want. Just look up White Fox Kill and you'll find it all over.
There you go. Okay, so I like to pull up like quotes by people. All right.
Okay, I love quotes.
And yeah, so see if you can guess who said this. They're not a musician. It says, if I weren't a physicist, I would probably be a musician. I often think music. I live my daydreams in music. I see my life in terms of music.
Oh my God, I know who said that. It's on the tip of my tongue.
A.E. is his initials.
Einstein? Albert
Yeah.
Einstein?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? And then, and of course, you know, my cousin Janice Joplin, she had this little famous quote: "Don't compromise yourself. You're all you've got."
Yeah, that's a brilliant quote.
I know. I like that.
Yeah, you should live by that quote. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So how do you feel like, musically, like if someone wanted to take one of your songs and change up your lyrics? Say someone wanted to buy your song, and they wanted to change the lyrics a little bit, tweak it just a little.
Well, if it was a song that I felt that I was comfortable selling, then I suppose I wouldn't mind that, you know, if that's what they felt at the time.
Yeah. I mean, because, you know, you got like One Direction, you got your song going, and okay, so what about, maybe that's kind of a tough one, what about performing? Would you compromise, like, where you perform? Like, would you just do anything, go anywhere?
You know, I mean, pretty much, you know, that's how I've done it the past 4 or 5 years. You know, I started out in little shotgun shack bars and restaurants and stuff, and then I've gotten to play some pretty cool, nice big venues over the years, and it really doesn't matter to me as long as I'm showing up to a place that appreciates music as opposed to just somebody there to get drunk and maybe listen to a tune or something. Like, now I'm really adamant about playing places where it's about the music, you know, and the artist, as opposed to, you know, just some sort of party or something like that, you know.
Yeah, when I read this quote by Janice and I think about, like, my kids are out there, and like I said, I told you my son's your age. Shh, don't tell anybody. No, but you know, my daughter's just a little bit younger, and they're watching all of this. They're always getting on YouTube and Pandora, and they love to listen to indie artists and stuff. And they, but also when they're watching videos of people, and they even hear, I mean, legends in country, or not country, just legends in music, talk about selling their soul and stuff like this, you know, just to have a little fame or to get this thing, you know. And that's when I think about this quote with her when she says, don't compromise yourself. And we've seen and heard of great people in music doing that kind of stuff, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know, that's why I said to you, like, would you go anywhere or do anything just to get your stuff out?
Well, then to re-answer that question,
no.
You know what I mean? Yeah. No, because I'm very adamant about what I stand for and who I am as a man, and especially as an artist. and quote unquote selling my soul. I could never do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would never.
I don't know how people even make that remark, but they'll make those statements.
Yes, they will. You know, they'll take a girl who's a talented singer. They'll get out this big old contract. They'll have a team of 30 people, and they'll remake this young girl into whatever they want her to be. And in a sense, that's selling your soul. You know, because this girl eventually forgets who she is and shaves her head like Britney Spears, and
Right.
you know, goes
Yeah,
from
it's
there.
unfortunate.
So you should always take the Johnny Cash route and the Dylan route, and you know, be yourself to the fullest. And if they're going to make you sell out, then don't even fool with it. You know what I mean? Those guys always stood their ground, and I believe that's why they got where they got. You know, it was because they put their boot down and said, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to be a street actor, this actor, playing some theater for 3 years or whatever.
I mean, and you're young, and you have, like, God willing, you know, a long time ahead of you, especially in music. And with the lyrics you write, you can really speak to a lot of people. You got a lot of the world right here, and waiting for good stuff. So we want to see what you got today.
Awesome.
Don't y'all want to hear something? Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. What are you going to sing for us?
This one's called If Heaven Has Darkness Too.
All right, here we go. I'm going to turn this on you. Mr. Shane with White Fox Kill.
All right. Laying in bed, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. Sure hope heaven has darkness too. Staring at the ceiling, that old familiar feeling, projecting my dreams in the view. First there was darkness, there was just darkness. Makes me believe God, she's the lonely artist. It's easy to relate to that at times. Screaming out aloud, let there be light. It's hard being so dope and alone, living at home inside a phone. Hope heaven has dark, lonely woods where I can go and get high. Kick it with all of the folks that I lost in the past life. I've got a feeling only certain things can be grown in the dark, that can't be grown in the light. She looks at me and says, you're one of them. Smile in defeat and say, yeah, right. Both laying in the sheets, bodies perfectly in chemistry. Sure hope heaven has darkness too. Two spirits in the air, floating around without a care in the abyss of a pitch black room. First there was darkness, there was just darkness. Makes me believe God, she's just a lonely artist. It's easy to relate to that at times. Screaming out aloud, let there be light. It's hard being so dope and alone, living at home inside your phone. Hope heaven has dark, lonely woods where I can go and get high. Kick it with all of the folks that I lost in the past life. I've got a feeling only certain things can be grown in the dark, that can't be grown in the light. She looks at me and says, you're one of them. Smile in defeat and say, yeah, right.
Yeah. Nice. Great picking too, huh? I wish I could do that. I know, when you ever listen, oh, like that. Sorry, people. I know y'all don't watch my phone. Anyway, this is always uncut, unplugged, and what influences, like, musically have
hit me like a hammer on the head? I'd say the biggest influence that I've ever had was Bob Dylan, for sure. Bob Dylan, and then Townes Van Zandt, Blaze Foley. I don't know if you've heard of him. Duct Tape Messiah, kind of an old outlaw Texan. Guy Clark.
You're saying a lot of names that I'm not familiar with.
Gordon Lightfoot.
Yes.
Gordon Lightfoot. He's a very, very big
Yeah.
influence of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, just all those guys,
Yeah.
all those cats who really are true to themselves, and they don't mess around about it. You know what I mean? There's not one falsehood about them. Those cats who truly just write from the deepest depths of their soul and just let it out there and have the nerve to do it. Like you hear a lot of country artists or even pop artists nowadays, and it's like they're holding back. It's like they're kind of afraid to truly admit what's going on. And the songs that I've always been drawn to were the ones that were just so honest that it feels like they're cutting. You know what I mean? They're bleeding while you listen to it.
Right.
And so that's where what I frame myself after. And over the years, it's just kind of turned into this,
So, like, if I sat and talked with your parents, when they would say, like, what age that you think that you started, really, you could see something musically in you?
Probably about 16.
About 16?
16. I literally just got the guitar, learned like 3 chords, and we started writing. I didn't try to learn cover songs. I didn't try to learn a Johnny Cash song. I still to this day can't play maybe but 2 cover songs because I'm so wrapped up in writing all the time. I'm literally obsessed with it.
Oh, see, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Because when I started writing, that's all I wanted to do too. But everybody's like, well, if you go out and perform, you're going to have to do, 80-20, 70-30, whatever, cover songs versus your originals, just so people will want to listen to you. And I'm like, well, they're always comparing me to somebody else. I'm like, and I don't want to learn all of these other lyrics to these other songs. They've already been sung, and they get sung 100 times a day, and they get by all kinds of other artists doing the same exact thing.
Exactly.
They have this little cookie cutter formula that they set for everybody. This is what you got to do if you go out and perform for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
For
But
years.
for you?
No, I always completely bypass. For years, I'd go to these bars, right, and I'd show up, and there'd be these cats there, and I was literally the only one doing originals. Everybody else was doing covers, and so I was up there just singing my own tunes, and it was brutal at first because I was just getting a hold of what I was about, first couple of years, and I was like, maybe I should learn a cover song or two, man. Cause
you think you lose the crowd if they don't know what you're doing?
Kind of, yeah. But then you always leave the gig, and 2 or 3 people come up to you and go, "That was a good song you wrote there, man."
Right. Yeah.
And that gives you the fuel to keep on going. And now when I go play bars or open mics or whatever, those cover artists they ain't got nothing on me. You know what I mean? I'm like, go ahead.
Well, no, not with stuff like that.
Well,
no, I mean,
you
sound like, with stuff already out there that people are listening to, right? And I think more people are getting interested in indie artists,
yes,
indie radio, or like I said, like Pandora and all the different, Spotify's and stuff that allow us to put our music out there, right? Because we're not on the mainstream, But, yeah, I've had the same thing, when I go in and I'm singing these covers, I'm like, I know I'm not singing that cover very well. And I disappoint myself. I don't want to disappoint everybody else and make them think this is what I sound like, because they want to compare, right? But when I pull out an original music, it is that person coming up and going, man, out of that whole 2 hours, I remember when they can tell you the title of your song and they come back and they make a point to mention your original. Out of all the other stuff you sung, that is the fuel that keeps you going.
It's magic.
Yeah.
It's like someone just shot you with an adrenaline shot of magic. You're like, whoa,
right, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, you remembered something about me versus somebody else in history that's already out there, right? And so that's what someone said to me when I first came to Branson. They were like, don't deny yourself here. Don't go off into the tribute thing. Stay true to yourself and keep with your originals. And because that's where we can tell you're really at, your heart and everything, and you can. And it's like, that's what you do. Because it is you. Mm-hmm. It's you. Everything coming out in you, And so that's what's real, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm not completely against the cover song thing. There's some cats out there who do better than the originals, you know what I mean, and just and smoke it. But me, I've always just I can't do it. I don't know why. To me, it just feels like I don't know, like you're going to play football, but you got a soccer ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that makes any sense to you.
I mean, they can take someone else's stuff and they can make it theirs easy, you know, and so those writers that are behind the scene, they also are giving themselves as well. They're just not getting to come out, and some of them just aren't singers either.
Exactly.
Some of them are just writers, but it's like you got the whole package.
Well, thank you very much, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So, like, people want to find you on. But you'd let everybody know where they can.
If you want to find White Fox Kill, you can find us on Facebook, of course. You can look us up on YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, Instagram, Snapchat, pretty much any social media out there. You can just type in the words White Fox Kill and you'll find us, because there's not one other White Fox Kill on the face of this earth.
Right. Do you
Thank God.
Well, do you perform anywhere regularly, or are you just kind of like just different gigs, different places?
Different gigs, different places. You know, we kind of took care of this scene around here. We just recently played the Lyric, our hometown theater, and we got to have an album release show there. And so we really took the cake as far as the hometown's concerned. So we really want to branch out and travel and do other things. And I'm really wanting to get interested in management and finding a manager, because the direction I'm about to go is a lot different than where we've been. You know what I mean? We've been kind of a rock and roll act, and now I'm going to go for more soul stuff like you hear here. And so now that's the goal, is to rewire the machine a little bit and then get going. You know what I mean? Just grab a guitar and go. You know?
Did you have anything else that you wanted to share? And when you can just take us out with a song?
Yeah, I believe I do.
All right, we're going to hear one more by Shane Quenzer with White Fox Kill. It's been a pleasure getting to know you better today.
Well, it's been a pleasure getting to know you as well. I'm so happy to be on your little show.
Songwriter to songwriter.
Songwriter to songwriter.
All right, so with this, he's going to take us out. And thank you for tuning in to Always Right.
It's called The Sword and the Stone. It's about my old man.
All right.
Hope you're doing good out there in Texas. Why you gotta be thinking like that? 'Cause Dad, I know I mess around, but I ain't too bad. Dad, every shameful lie makes me so sad. Dad, I know I'm not the son you thought you'd have. But Dad, if you only knew all the times I had to talk with the Lord, 'cause you weren't around, you were too gone out on the road, working like hell, keeping us alive. But sometimes your sober mind thinks like a ghost, just staring me down. all you gotta be.